All right, welcome back to what will be the final video in the linear programming series. So we have made a template. We've set it to read only so we don't ruin it later. We have set it up so that we can use Solver, which we know how to load now. We have our template arranged in a way that is friendly for Solver. We are good to go. And we have also started looking at the sensitivity report, where the first half tells us how we can change the prices or the costs, well, basically change the profits per unit, in such a way so that the combination we make does not change. Now, in these cases, the profit will change, but the combination will not. In the second half of the report, it's going to work out that the combination might change. It might not, but it might. But the profit will change. And, best of all, we will know exactly how much it will change. So let me show you what I mean by that. So first of all, our current profit, and just to show you, you cannot do a quick and dirty, just click that and be done with it. Oh, you can click that and be entered. Okay, so whoops. You can do a quick and dirty cross-sheet reference by clicking equal, going into the cell you want to reference, or the sheet you want to reference, clicking the cell you want to reference, and hitting enter. And it'll go back to the sensitivity report and give you that there. So that's our current profit for our current arrangement. But what if I want to expand my business? I want to be able to predict how much more profit I could expect given certain changes. Now, there were a lot of constraints in our sheet there, in our template. Right? There were 6 of them. But truthfully, there were only 2 resources at play. And those resources were the amount of sandwiches we could make, so total ingredients maybe, and then also the amount of time that the workers could spend making those sandwiches. So if you want to expand your business, you have 2 ways to do it. Maybe you want to do one, maybe the other, maybe both. You could either purchase more ingredients, or you could hire more workers, or have your workers work longer. And the question is what of those should I do? And how much can I expect to gain by doing that? First of all, a heads up though. We found slack time in our solutions. Right? Our solutions had slack with it. So we should probably not use the option of hiring more workers, because we already got a worker standing there for, I think it was 90 minutes originally. Not ideal. So hiring more workers just means more people are going to stand around doing nothing. So more workers is probably not an option. Not a good one anyway. And in fact, that is what the shadow price column will tell you. For the resource of workers, hiring workers, or actually having workers work a single minute more, will net you a profit of nothing. And in fact, it might cost you something because you're going to have to pay that worker something that might not be represented in our equations as it is. So it is currently worthless to hire more workers or have your workers work longer. And that is going to be true all the way up until forever. You are not going to gain a penny for as long as you're hiring more workers. And actually, you can get workers to work an hour and a half less and you won't lose a penny. So that's our range there. Now this is a little more insightful because the shadow price is non-zero. It's a positive amount, which tells me that assuming I'm doing the right combination of units, that I will get an increase of profit in the amount of 38.5 cents for every sandwich I make. And I went ahead and reverted this spreadsheet to match our old values there. And that was our old profit that we found in the previous videos. So if I want to expand my business, let's say I purchase another couple of vending machines, get another 200 sandwich capacity. So if we go from 2,000 to 2,200 sandwiches total, without even knowing what combination we should shoot for, I do know for a fact that it's not going to be 1,800 and 200, because that's 200 more sandwiches we could have made that we haven't. So I know the combination is going to change. I don't know what to yet. I know it's going to. But I can tell you already how much our profit's going to be. So our new profit is going to be how much we had before plus 200 more at 38.5 cents. So if we get another vending machine, or 2 vending machines, if we go up to 2,200 capacity, we will get $837 a day in profits. So let's see how that's actually going to lay out. So we change this from 2,000 to 2,200. We run the new solver operation. We get the doodads, and this is our new configuration for, you guessed it, $837. How about that? On the other hand, if we go from 2,000 to 3,000, I don't know what that new profit's going to be. And the reason for that is because we're going to start to hit the other restriction. Right? In that 90 minutes of slack time that we had for the workers, you could have made 209 sandwiches optimally. And maybe you could have made 210 sandwiches suboptimally. But you could not make much more than that. So if we go to 3,000 sandwiches, it's just not physically possible to make 3,000 sandwiches of any flavor in the allowable 960 minutes. So if we up this to 3,000, I cannot reliably predict what's going to happen. So let's run the solver. Stuff happens. We start making decimal values. Now if that upsets you, we can hit solver here, and we can add another restriction, which is I want these quantities to be integers. So we add that, run solve. Note when you do that you lose the sensitivity report, but you get integer solutions, and you get an actual profit here. And so we had, oh, I lost it. We had 2,000 there. A $760 profit. Actually, let me do one thing else, because that changed when I redid the analysis. Let me copy this and paste special here. Or maybe original profit. And I am going to paste, right click, oh, I lost my copy. Copy, right click, paste options to give me just the value. There we go. So our old profit was 960, but with 3,000 sandwiches, I could not predict that it would change to be what it changed to be, because there was just no way of knowing. The values changed too far. That said, it's not like you can't go on to just redo the analysis, but I can't predict what my profits would be without doing that analysis. So that's what those ranges mean. Right, same with this allowable work hour time. Right, you can predict that your profits won't change if you cut out an hour and a half of the work time, but once you go past that point, you're going to have to redo your analysis because you're going to have to start giving up sandwiches. So that's sensitivity in a nutshell. It tells you a good idea, first of all, about how far your combination can be used, how versatile, how robust it is, And also, it can give you some indicators as to how you might want to change your operations. You might have to redo the optimal solution when you do that, but you can predict how much more profitable more or less workers might be, or more or less material might be, and you can use that to make good decisions. And remember, that's the big goal for this course, is to have you make informed decisions. So hopefully now we have the tools in place to do linear programming in a tidy fashion. And just let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much, everyone, and I will see you in the next installment. Have a great one.